Hello, hello. This is Coach Kim here. I'm about to put on some hand weights. I'm going to do some bouncing. I think these are like 2 pounds maybe. I'm going to do some bouncing, and this is going to help with the balance and just adding a little more pressure as I hit the mat. So you guys may be familiar with some of my videos on cleaning out your lymph system, and that's exactly what I want to talk to you about today. Not so much the lymph system, but I do want to mention what some things we can do are in the efforts of cleaning out our system mentally, psychologically, right, spiritually during this virus pandemic, this whole mindset that we're going through, because there are some literally waves of impact that are happening, and I just want us to stay on top of it to the degree that we can. I know in some cases, some of you all feel like you're sitting, I know those old, I don't know if they still do it, like in Texas and different places. They have these bulls that you can ride. They're in the bar and you're riding it and you're just seeing how long you can hold on until you fall off, right? And there's hooping and hollering. I think that's how a lot of us feel right now as we're sitting here wondering what's happening, right? So the thing about that bull is that it is in complete control. And it's only a guess as to when you're going to fall off. You're holding literally on for dear life. And that's not a good feeling. When you have no control, you really do feel like a victim. And I want to help you, hopefully, get into the mindset of what can I do to become the person in the driver's seat. So one of the things you can definitely do is exercise. I choose bouncing. Bouncing or rebounding is a fantastic way to clean your lymph system. All of that's important because you always want to be thinking of what can I do to cleanse. I want to get the garbage out, right? The lymph system is like an industrial vacuum cleaner, basically. It's going around sucking things out between of the cracks and the crevices, just piles of toxins, really. Right, so just think of if you buy something and you it falls into the back of your trunk and you don't even know it's there. It's just sitting there and it's rotting, right? You need that to be out of your system, and the lymph system doesn't have a pump. Things just are sitting in there, and if you don't have something to extract it, they sit there and they turn into even disease and points into inflammation and pain. So I don't want anything just sitting in our system. Now, here's the thing about this as well. This entire thing of cleaning ourselves out, our mindset, that's also what I want to look at. I want to make sure that our minds aren't just sitting with ideas and things that are detracting to our spirit, just sitting there rotting, deteriorating thoughts that are taking from the who-ness of who you are, right? So you can either be building up or you can be tearing down your mind, your self-value, your self-esteem. And one of the ways to build up is to do things that are pushing you forward, right? I'm encouraging you, even through the metaphor of the physical exercise, I want to encourage you also to be exercising your mind, to not let your mind be sedentary through this crisis, right? Because if your mind, the old not fable, but the old saying, right? The proverb was, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. That's what they used to say. And guess what? That's still true. We want to keep your mind engaged. So think of some projects. Here's an assignment. Write down 20 things. Just make a list of 20 things that would be great if you got on top of right in the midst of all of this. And those things can be anything from, weight projects. They can be anything from cleaning up your home, decluttering. They could be learning a new language. They could be reading books that have been on your list, right? Go to your bucket list. Maybe there's some things you can check off there, because bucket lists aren't always, I want to go hang gliding over the Himalayas. They're not always physical things. Some of them, I'm sure, are some mental things, some things that you've just been postponing. Well, guess what? Now is the time to pull that list out and start checking through it. So I just want to encourage you to do anything and all things that will build up your immune system. I mentioned the lymphatic piece, but there's also things that are psychological that can detract from your immune system: negativity, doubt, self-doubt, fear, all the things that will make you feel minimized instead of helping you to grow. So this would be a great time to, even if you know, look at some YouTube videos on, progress and cutting the rough edges off. You know, sometimes we just have some knobbly things that we just need to just shear off. It's like, this is not helping me. I've been dragging this along, right, for the last umpteen years, thinking that I was at this level when really I should be at this level because this is what my potential is. Why am I crawling through the pit? So this is a really, really great time to do some self-evaluation. Where are you? Where do you want to be? And what's keeping you from getting there? These self-talk. So I think a lot, and I'm a fan of, I binge, I watch, these crazy TV shows and episodes, if you will. And the challenge with that, everything is in balance, right? The challenge with that is sometimes we can get so engaged on what other people are saying, whether it's the Netflix, Amazon, pick one, Hulu, whatever, or worse yet, it can be the media. You can be watching, all types of input about what's going on, and all you're hearing is death and destruction and sorrow and pain, and that's just weight upon weight upon weight. And at some point, you're literally having to crawl out of the rubble. You're so much so much pounded on top of you that you are buried, and you literally have to push the things to the side and see if you can breathe again. So someone said it to me this way: when you're watching the television, that literally it is telling you its vision, the television. So make sure that you create your own vision and you're telling yourself your vision of yourself, of your world, of your community, right? What can you do to impact your immediate community? And your immediate community, it starts with your mind, right? What can you do to speak life into your mind? Let's start there, and then let's look at your space. What can you do to get things out of your space that are detracting, that are pulling from you, that are draining energy from you? I'm looking at stuff now, right? So I have this little game where I'm like, hey, 3 things a day I'm getting rid of. So they're either stacked by a door somewhere, or, identify that, you're going at some level. It could be, and it could even be cleaning off a desktop on the computer. So figure out some things that are going to help you fly higher, right? That are going to help you soar, that are going to give you the mindset to be productive. That literally, it feeds your spirit. That's what I want for you. I want your spirit to be eating well, right? I want your spirit not just to be binging on chocolate and ice cream right now. I want your spirit to get some spinach and vitamins and vitamin D. Just give yourself the best so that when you come out of here, it's going to be like the dawn of a new day, that you won't come out bedraggled and, looking like you just got run over by a truck, a steamroller. You can come out. You can decide how you're going to come out of this. This is the choices we're making right now are going to impact our outcome. So I'm encouraging you to think with wisdom and to act with wisdom and to get in motion, move your body, move your mind, right? Move your heart. I know many people are doing things to serve others during this crazy time. I think that's something that is feeding. Actually, giving to others gives to your own self. That's an amazing irony. So think of these things: boost your immune system. Movement does that. Pure silver, I'm going to put a link in the bottom of this for pure silver. Pure silver is going to defeat the viruses and bacteria and fungal matter that are building up in your body. We just want a clean slate from our head to our toe, and pure silver can help you do that. You want to move, you want to speak life, you want to eat the right things, you want to minimize sugar. Oh my gosh, sugar is like the number one enemy. I'm just putting it out there. I think many of you might know this, but when you take overindulgence in sugar, which could be, 100 grams, and that's really not that hard to do. A couple of gulps, big gulps, and a couple of sodas, etc. As you do this, your immune system actually shuts down for a couple of hours. The sugar defeats your immune system. So why would you be collaborating with something that's making you weaker? Consider that, right? So just be wise, stay awake, make choices that are going to bless your body, that are going to bless your mind, that are going to bless your soul, and that are going to bless your community. You got to bless your community. My goodness, that's where you're living. So I just want to encourage you just for this short moment in time to make the best out of this situation, help each other, love on one another, and do a lot of laughing. That's what's getting me too. Oh my gosh, laughter is good for the soul. So be encouraged. I just want to bless you all and say I hope you have a wonderful, just a beautiful Easter weekend. We know that just because we may not be able to get into the church house, that is not something that's going to change what happened. Our reflection on the greatest sacrifice of all. This is just a very special time. Who would have predicted this? And the fact that you're still standing, you're already pointing to victory. So be encouraged, love on one another. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you on the next video. I'm about to go bounce.